Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherelle, and before I get started I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for helping me reach over 700 subscribers. I am so deeply humbled and appreciative of all the love and support you guys have given me. I'm also glad that you are a part of my journey. And if you haven't yet subscribed, take the time to browse through my videos and hopefully you feel welcome. In today's video, I want to talk about my Whole30 experience. Why did I choose to do the Whole30? How I lost 25 pounds in 6 weeks, the pros, the cons, and life after Whole30. But before I jump right into it, I am not a healthcare expert and these are just my own thoughts and opinions and experiences. So first, let's talk about what the Whole30 program is. It is a very restricted program that mainly focuses on clean eating by avoiding foods that negatively affect your health, quality of life, and overall body composition. The program is also designed to help you with your relationship with food, boost your metabolism, improve your digestive tract, and overall immune system. While on the Whole30, you are not allowed to consume added sugars of any kind. You cannot have alcohol, grains, legumes, dairy, carrageenan, MSG, and junk food for the entire 30 days. And last but not least, you are to avoid the scale and take any body measurements during this time. So why did I consider doing the Whole30? I had a series of unhealthy eating habits such as skipping breakfast, not drinking enough water, starving myself because I could not find the right time to eat, and sugar. I was pre-diabetic, and that's simply because of my sugar levels being higher than normal. And unfortunately, my addiction to sugar is, and still is, a struggle for me. But thankfully, I've learned how to tame my sugar dragon. So just to give you a little bit of history, during my pregnancy with my now 2-year-old son, I gained a total of 30 pounds. After delivery, I was able to lose those 26 pounds within 2 weeks. However, I did gain all that back because of my lack of physical activity and my high caloric intake from just eating unhealthy foods. My current weight before Whole30 was 208 pounds, and I needed to lose 50 pounds so I can graduate from the obese club, okay? That will pretty much put me in 150s. So I started to see a dietitian back in October of 2019, and every visit was embarrassing. And I just simply felt like a failure because I was not losing any weight, and I felt like I was just wasting her time. So it kind of made me feel as if I didn't have the willpower to lose weight, and I was also weak-minded. So I needed to do what was necessary for me to lose this weight. So in January, my dietitian suggested that I try to eat clean for 30 days. I've heard of a similar diet such as this, but I did not know there was an entire program tailored to eating clean for 30 days. So I did my research and came across the Whole30 program, and let's just say that would be the last day that my dietitian would see me weigh in at 208 pounds. On January 23rd, I started the Whole30 program. During week 1, I took the time to get familiar with the program. I did my initial weigh-ins and measurements. I purchased the Whole30 book, and I also printed myself a copy of the food list that was compliant with the program. Although the program states that you do not have to count calories, I took it upon myself to do so because when it came to my weight, I had to eat fewer calories than I burned. I worked out 3 times a week with a personal trainer, and I also worked out twice a day as well, in the mornings and afternoons on the same day, to include my days off. So during weeks 1 through 3, my energy levels were getting better than ever before. I was getting a good night's sleep, and my cravings were being controlled. I started meal prepping and packing lunches so that I could eat clean while I ran errands during the day. I would say that week 4 was the hardest week of them all. Knowing that the Whole30 was coming to an end, I was ready to eat all the foods that I missed and some that I was craving. I started watching people make these sweet, decadent, delicious desserts that I couldn't wait to try for myself. And I just wanted to reach through the screen, lick every finger that touched chocolate, and I was just being a big fatty, if you will. But at that very moment, I knew that that would be a fail for me. So instead, I did my research on sugar-free desserts, and I came across keto. keto desserts, and I'm not really familiar with it, but I knew that would be a better alternative for me, knowing that my sugar addiction was out of this world crazy. So after I completed the Whole30, this was the time that I was reintroducing the foods that was eliminated during the program. I had my first alcoholic drink on the 30 days, and it was an awful experience. I was dizzy, my speech was slurred, and it was just an average glass of, I don't even remember, it was just some wine at the restaurant. I think it was sangria. And I knew at that very moment that things would never be the same. I don't drink often, but when I do, I have never felt like this before after a one serving of an alcoholic drink. Desserts didn't even taste as good as it used to before. So after I took 2 days off from the Whole30, I just went right back into it, and I started my Whole30 experience again for an additional 2 weeks, which is how I lost 25 pounds in the 6 weeks. So how did I lose the weight effectively during this program? I ate a lot of fresh fruits, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. I've learned how to recreate dishes by using different ingredients that were compliant with the program. I've learned how to portion control my meals and make satisfying snacks instead of regular junk food choices. I weighed my food so I could monitor my serving sizes and calories, and inputting that same information into my FitnessPal while maintaining a 1200 caloric diet. I also downloaded a water app to remind myself to drink water, since I know I lacked in that area. And 5 days a week, I would walk 4 miles a day and burn at least 500 to 600 calories alone. So during the Whole30 experience, it was very hard not to eat what I cooked for the family. Since we all ate different meals, I celebrated 2 birthdays during this time frame, and I could not even have a small morsel of cake. And even going to the movies, it was a tease since I couldn't indulge in movie snacks. I'll have a whole different video on what snacks to eat during the Whole30 program for situations such as this, so stay tuned for that. Now, here is the question we all would like to know. Did I cheat? No. Did I want to? Absolutely I did. However, I knew the consequences of eating anything that was not compliant requires you to start over, and ain't nobody got time for that. So the pros and cons. What are the pros? You eat wholesome meals, which include protein, vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats. You'll feel better mentally and physically. You're able to identify foods that work for you and work against you that maybe or trigger sensitivities, and there's no need to weigh or measure your foods. Now, here are the cons. It is a very restricted diet, and I know some people may have a hard time following through for the whole 30 days. I've also noticed that I was having a hard time consuming necessary calories needed for my caloric intake, hence the reason why the program does not have a limit on how much you can eat. So perhaps calorie counting is not the best option to do during the program. Reading food labels became a daunting task as well, which can be time consuming. Some products now have the Whole30 approved stamp on the label, or the nutrition label that is, so you can easily identify these products without reading the entire label. The program does make socialization difficult, since you cannot consume alcohol, and dining out at restaurants and eating at other people's homes are pretty much null and void, if you will. But here are some great tips that I think you may find helpful during this 30-day cleanse, if you will. Number one, don't start the Whole30 during special occasions like I did, such as birthdays, vacations, holidays, etc. So you won't find an excuse to put it off. Find the best time to start Whole30 to avoid any interruptions. Number two, stick with meals that are easy to prepare until you become familiar with the program. Number three, don't think of this program as a diet. It is simply designed to help you develop a better relationship with food and everything else that I mentioned in the beginning. Number four, learn to read and understand your nutrition labels. You should definitely know and understand these ingredients, why these ingredients are a no-go in the foods that you do eat, so that you can have a better understanding of why it is, or why it affects your body in such a way. Trust me, I've learned a lot just by reading labels, and I'm glad I did. Number five, discover new recipes so the program does not get boring. There are plenty of Whole30 recipes to choose from online, so just get creative. And last but not least, don't focus on the 30 days. It is only 30 days. And I will be honest, it ends just as quickly as it started. So just focus on your end goal and don't quit. So how was my experience overall? Before I started this program, I was psychologically depressed. I mean, I had low self-esteem. I wasn't happy with the way I looked. Plus, I was tired of not finding nice clothing options for my size as opposed to the options for average size people. But all in all, this was a great experience, and I'm glad that I gave myself the opportunity to try something that worked for me. I did enjoy watching myself change mentally and physically, and I also noticed that my foods taste quite differently than they ever had before, and sugar really doesn't taste the same as I remembered. It's almost off-putting at this point. And last but not least, my joints don't hurt as much as they used to, and I do enjoy working out day in and day out. I really enjoy it. Alright guys, so we have reached the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will do a follow-up in the months to come once I reach my goal. And in my next video, I will share with you my reward program that I created for myself to motivate and encourage me to continue to lose the weight. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share if you care, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, bye.